We've been busy on the WRX, so here's a bit of an update. Just a few new parts added, spent a bit of money because we needed some bigger items done, and there's a few items in the garage here still to go. This is basically the worst feeling gearbox. You hear that rubber squeaking that I've ever come across. It's absolutely horrific. So to fix that hot mess of a shifter, we've got the white line kit. It's got a side mount bushing and another one. We just got to pop them out. So it is pretty soft and perished. I'm wondering if I can probably almost push it out with my hands. There we go. Here it comes. There we go. That is pretty deteriorated as well. And we got the new one. Putting in the bush was way easier. It's just push on the two halves, slide in the little sleeve, done. Not a big deal. And you can see all the cracks in that. So yeah, good thing we're replacing that. Reinstalling that crack bushing is no problem. All you gotta do is bolt this one in. This is the white line one. It's got little sleeves. The rear kind of arm pushes into the inside. And then of course we use the Cobb Shifter. So that's a short shifter. You can adjust the height and the throw, and that was an easy install. Okay, back together. Proper, feels like a normal car now. There's a little bit of movement. You're always going to get some, but it's not the miles of movement and squeaking and stuff. I mean, we didn't even have that pin in that one section. Fantastic. All right, that's the result. We now have a fixed shifter. So if you have a sloppy shifter, no problem. All you got to do is stiffen it up. You take some of those black rubber bushings and swallow. After the gearbox issue, we then did the brakes. So the brakes needed working, well, they just needed redoing. They looked like the originals, and it turns out they were. So the fronts were done. We did that with some DBA rotors, some stuff that we can use on the track, and new DBA brake pads. So I haven't used those before, but looking to give those a little shot too. These are a slotted rotor, and they got the heat markings on them so you can see how hot if you overcook them. Now the orange corresponds with the orange of our pad, so they should coincide with the same temperature and consistency. And then we did the rears as well. So the rear brakes had been machined by the previous owner, but we just to put the new pads in, and might as well do the rotors while we're at it. There's not an expensive job, and it didn't take long. We just bang it out and get it done. Yep, this hasn't been cleaned for a while, and look at that. Look at all that crud. So if your car is wet and smells like an old sock, chances are it's because of that. Slide it in just like you took the old one out. Wow, okay, first drive with new shifter. It feels like a normal car. That's the best. It feels like a normal car. It feels great. It feels 1,000 times better than it was, and yeah, it feels like it feels like a brand new one. I guess it is pretty much all brand new. We had to get the clutch done, so it wasn't really worn, but when they took it apart, it said there was a hell of a lot of debris in there, and it was clogging up the throw-out bearing, so it was really horrible clutch pedal feel. So changed the clutch out. We brought it to some guys, a FlatFour guys, a local Subaru specialist workshop. They were quite impressed with the condition of our car, as you might say. But yeah, it drives awesome. Didn't go super heavy duty, just with just a little bit upgraded clutch, so we can handle a little bit more track time. We do have a few more bits to add. So these wheels that have horrible tires need doing. This piece here, if you know what that is, but we'll show you soon enough. Got a little box of goodies here. From the guys at Pro Speed Racing sent it up. Well, we paid for it. Some bits, little adapter flange, oil baffle plate, oil filters, Subi tune kit. We still haven't done that, and we got a few little white line bits there. Also need to do a fresh oil change, and I've got the fluid here to do the gearbox and rear diff. We also have something big came today. That box over there. So we'll get that on the next few days as well. Should be fun, and the WRX continues. Hasn't been all WRX though. We got asked to go to Hinterland Toyota and test drive their press car for the GR Corolla. Took it up the mountains, gave it a little comparison, compared it to our WRX and to our Boxster. Nice little video worth watching, and we just took it for a blast up the hill. It was great. It was like the modern, version of a new STI. They haven't been around for a couple of years. Evos have been gone even longer. If you wanted something similar to that, this is it. So yeah, GR Corollas, pretty awesome, and what a weapon from a little 1.6 liter 3-cylinder. First track day of the season, Queensland Raceway Time Attack Series. It was pretty good. There was a lot of nice cars. Overcast, but still really warm because it's still summer here in Australia. Doing a little tour of the pits just to see the cars that were on hand. Pretty awesome turnout of cars. It was always a big event, and it's the first of the season, so it's sold out. Lots of 86s, Megans, the little hot hatches. There's our Boxster and an MX-5, GR rallies, GR Yaris rallies, and then we get into the closed pits, and you got some of the support workshop cars and stuff like that. So quite a few Evos here and there. 10s, these are really modified STIs, full tubular frame. That gray thing is an absolute beast. Here we got some, it's a Radical. That was pretty fast. Focus RS. Now this is one of my friend's cars here. This is one of the first manual Supras in the country. That was very nice, and he's just done some great times with some better tires. Of course, some nice Supras. Now that's the HSV Ute. Now they are absolute beasts, those things. Big V8s, a lot of them are supercharged. And then a whole bunch of Megane RSs, the front wheel drive hot hatches. A lot of the Euros as we go further down, and a few of the classics as well. Always nice to see so many great cars, and a lot of guys that had the summer break to rebuild them, so they've come back with, everyone's got a little bit more power. Most guys have new tires, including ourselves, running new tires, and we set 2 personal bests at the first day. That green Holden Commodore wagon is a big V8 that is so bloody quick. But yeah, you got a lot of guys with the new 86s and new BRZs coming through now. There's more and more in the country now that Toyota's got good supply, and they're getting pretty quick times, a lot faster than the previous ones. Of course, yeah, more and more GR Yaris. Every single one of these, there's more guys out there, and that here we have a very fast, highly modified Supra that does quite a few national style events, and then a purpose-built race car. But all in all, wow, we had such a great